All right, y'all, what's up, man? Sean G. Early in the morning, April the 4th. April the 4th. Might be the 5th, but whatever day it is, it's April 2025. Welcome to the podcast for Soul. I'm Sean G. My name is Sean Xavier Gumby Sr. Myself, the podcast for Soul, Gumby Publishing, or Stigmatism in My Soul. Neither one of us wish to libel or slander anybody. We do not wish to defame or engage in defamation of anybody. What we are going to do today is talk about a federal court case which is available to the public on pacer.org. Anybody can get access to these files, and what we're going to do is talk about the case of Rick Donnell Ross from Los Angeles, California versus William Leonard Roberts II from Miami, Florida. William Leonard Roberts II from Miami, Florida is he is a entertainer or an actor that uses the name Rick Ross. He is not the real Rick Ross. So in the complaint, and this is a 43-page document. It's filed June 18, 2010, but it goes along with another 20-page document and then another 23-page document. So I think altogether it's like 86 pages, the complaint itself. May even be more than that. So the record companies that signed William Roberts to a record deal invented, what should I say? Maybe invented is not the right word. They misappropriated, they stole the image, the history, the celebrity status, the black community respect, the prison respect of the real Rick Donnell Ross from South Central Los Angeles, and they misappropriated that and branded William Roberts, who's from Miami, Florida, as the Rick Ross when he had no type of background, no type of experience in that kind of life. And that is what this whole complaint was all about. Now, William Roberts from Miami, Florida, and all of this is in this document, case number CV10-4528, the United States District Court for the Central District of California, Western District, Los Angeles. Ricky D. Ross, also known as Rick D. Ross, also known as Freeway Rick Ross, versus William Leonard Roberts, trading as a rapper and businessman by the name of Rick Ross. This is the paperwork. So let's go to, I want to go to page, I put some paper clips on this. So on page 8 of 43, what it's going to discuss is that William Roberts was a college student with no criminal history. There is no record of any type of arrest record, criminal record associated with William Roberts from Miami, Florida. He was a college freshman at Albany State College in Albany, Georgia. He did 1 year in 1995, and in 1996 he became a corrections officer for 2 years in Dade County, Florida. Now, the importance of this is this, right? The public may look at a corrections officer and say, hey, this ain't no cop. He's not a real cop. He's just a corrections officer. That's not true. Now, I've done time in federal prison, and the COs are police officers. What they do is they oversee and they supervise the inmates that are in the prison. They do shakedowns where they used to tell us, all the inmates, get out of the unit, and then 6 or 7 or 12 COs will go into the unit and just rip the unit apart, taking extra bell peppers, extra pillows, extra blankets, finding phones, finding weed, finding knives, finding contraband, finding stingers, finding liquor, finding K2. And if you are found to have possessed contraband, they will write you a shot, or they may even put you in the SHU. The SHU is SHU, Segregated Housing Unit, which is a jail inside of a jail. It's a jail inside of a prison. It's also known as the hole. So these are the police. We call them the police. If you ever hit a federal prison compound, the COs will be known as the police. Another one of the rules that I learned when I got to federal prison was that you can't be seen talking to a CO alone by yourself. If there's 2 or 3 COs in the bubble and they come over the loudspeaker and say, Sean G, come to the bubble, or Bob Smith, come to the bubble, or Raheem Akbar, come to the bubble. When you go to the bubble, you are supposed to take another inmate with you to go into the meeting with the COs so that he can stand there and listen to the conversation that's going on, so he can report back to the rest of the compound, the rest of the niggas on the compound, what exactly was discussed. So, and this is a good thing, because this clears you up, and this maintains your integrity. This maintains your respect. This maintains your being known as money, being known as straight up, as being known as solid, right? Because if you go into the bubble by yourself, and there's 2 COs in there, and you go in there by yourself and you stay in there 3.5 minutes, and they tell you, well, you know, your house burned down and you lost all of your possessions, you know, and your car got burned up in it, and so did your pet dog, but your girlfriend and your children are okay. We just wanted to tell you that your house burned down and your family has nowhere to live. And you say, all right, cool. And then you leave out of the bubble. Totally innocent conversation. You did not rat. You did not offer any type of information. But the fact that you went into the bubble by yourself, when you come back out of that bubble, everybody is looking at you like, nigga, you went in there and talked to the police by yourself. We don't know what you said. And this dude sells phones. This dude sells liquor. This dude steals beef hamburgers out of the kitchen. This nigga steals eggs out of the kitchen. This one sells K2. You know, this one sells hydroxycut and protein powder. So now you're looked at, you're perceived, your perception is changed to being a rat, when that wasn't the type of conversation that went on. And you will never be able to shake that as long as you stay in prison from that one incident. From that one incident. That's why they say whenever you talk to the CO, take somebody with you. So when both of y'all come out, the nigga that was with you can say, yeah, man, you know, they talked about his house got burned down, his pet dog got burned down, he lost his car, his wife and kids is okay, but that was all that was discussed. So then you don't lose no points in your integrity. you don't lose no points in your being solid. You stay solid because another nigga went in there and vouched for you. That's how serious this is. So the fact that he's a probation officer, a corrections officer, is a big deal. Defendants were not authorized by Ricky D. Ross to use his name or identity for their commercial benefit. But despite a lack of consent, William Roberts began to use the name Rick Ross after 1995, when Ricky D. Ross was sent to federal prison. In 1995, William Roberts was a college freshman at Albany State University in Albany, Georgia, who dropped out after 1 year, then became employed as a full-time Dade County, Florida corrections officer in 1996 for almost 2 years. A fact William Roberts denied publicly when confronted by online urban media sites about his correctional officer past. And Roberts lied about being a CO until proof of his employment was produced. William Roberts misrepresented publicly he had a criminal past, which was a false and misleading representation of past facts, likely to cause confusion and deceive the public as to his affiliation with the real Rick D. Ross, who objected to William Roberts using his name. The record labels branded William Roberts, Rick Ross anyway, misusing Rick D. Ross's name and identity in the rap music industry, the black community, and urban crime public. And they used William Roberts' false drug dealer image with Ricky D. Ross's name in commerce and caused Rick D. Ross irreparable harm. And they continue to cause harm to Rick D. Ross's name, not limited to past, present, and future economic loss, but including mental and emotional harm, confusion, dilution, and diminished capacity to use his name. Where's that paper clip? Hold on, I got it right here, man. Don't go nowhere. Or is it over here? It might be in the next one. So this is a big deal. This is a big deal. You know, this is a big deal. And I'm going to do an interview with Rick tomorrow. And so we're going to do an interview tomorrow, and I'm going to let him tell you himself. A likelihood of confusion. This is page 26 of 43, paragraph 58. A likelihood of confusion existed concerning William Roberts' use of the real Rick Ross's name under Section 43A of the Lanham Act test, because the plaintiff's name was and is strongly established publicly and in segments of the community, and Rick D. Ross's name and the infringing of Rick Ross's name are very similar services. William Roberts capitalized on the Rick Ross name's value in the black, urban, law enforcement, and rap music culture, and profited off of the real Rick Ross's name while he was in prison to unjustly enrich himself, and William Roberts in commerce and in rap music. But defendants unlawful action caused confusion in the minds of the public. So this is just basically talking about how defendants carried out a large-scale scheme of deceptive advertising for purposes of capitalizing on the value of the real Rick Ross's name, which was being used by William Roberts as his rap name to help publicly sell William Roberts records. And the defendants made knowingly false and misleading statements about William Roberts and made false advertisements about William Roberts being an ex-drug dealer like the real Rick Ross. To benefit from the goodwill associated with the real Rick Ross's name and past identity, William Roberts' deceptive advertising successfully duped the public to purchase William Roberts records in the mistaken belief that he was an ex-drug dealing rapper. So, I just wanted to point this stuff out. So, William Roberts is nothing of what he raps about in his music. Did he live? Did he experience? This whole persona that he has portrayed to have is a result of theft. I hear the helicopter. It sound like a military helicopter, no? They might be coming to get me, y'all. They might be coming to get me. So his whole persona is all a result of theft and is stolen from the real Rick Ross from California. So this is a part of the lawsuit, and I got another part of it I'm going to do now. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, The Podcast Was Sold, and follow me on Spotify, The Podcast Was Sold. Thank you.